Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my Sephora Vib sale haul. This is actually going to be part 1 of 2 because I went a little bit crazier than I had anticipated. I feel like a lot of new releases were kind of releasing over the time of the haul. I am a Rouge, so I could shop. I think it was like, in total, it was like over a week or maybe more. And I just kept being like, yes, add to my cart, add to my cart, add to my cart. And then I was like, wow, I have 4 orders. Send help. So I have a lot of stuff. I have so much stuff that literally we would be here for an hour. So I'm going to do a part 1, which is right now, and then I'll do my part 2. So be on the lookout for that. So I'm super excited because today I'm partnering with Vib on the first portion of this video. So thank you to Vib for sponsoring this video. If you've been around my channel, I have mentioned Vib so many times in favorites, recommendations, and hauls. I was originally introduced to the brand when I went to a hairstylist that used all Vib products. And once she used them on me, I was like, ooh, that smells nice, or I like the way that that felt. What was that? And then I realized they were available on Sephora, so I started buying more and more products and trying them out. So that's how I was introduced to the brand, because they are salon quality products, so you will find them in salons, and they are $16. Everything in the line is $16, which is insane. It's just such a good price. Usually when you're kind of browsing Sephora, things are quite pricey, but I like that they keep their prices low and their products are amazing. I have literally bought almost half of their line, if not more. All Vib products are cruelty-free, paraben-free, gluten-free, and free of harsh sulfates, and they are safe for color-treated hair, which is a huge thing for me. I bleach, I tone. I'm pretty religious with getting my hair done, and when I see Vib products lined up at the salon and all the stylists are using them, I know they're salon quality products that are going to be good for my color-treated hair. So over time, if you've been watching me, you've seen me haul and rave about a bunch of Vib products, which is why I was so happy to work with them on this video. But I really have zoned in on the Ghost collection specifically. It's been a standout collection to me. It has moringa oil in it, so it's very hydrating but very weightless. The whole kind of vibe of it is weightless, cleansing, hydration, but your hair is bouncy. You can run your fingers through it. It doesn't feel like there's a residue in it. The newest member to the Ghost family is the Ghost hair mask. I've been using this for a few weeks now and I am in love with it. I knew I would be because the Ghost line has just been a home run for me. Now, just like the rest of the Ghost collection, it is infused with moringa oil, so it's really going to give you that deep hydration without the weight. So you can also mix in the Vib Ghost oil. This is a hero product that I have been through a few bottles of this. You can mix these together as like a deep conditioning, just extra moisture. This is actually a smoothing hair oil you can use on damp hair or dry hair. I tend to use it both. It smells amazing. It has this really slick kind of serum feel, and it's really good for flyaways, frizz, and smoothing your hair, just kind of giving you some hydration in the ends of your hair. So I highly recommend this as well. This is something that I've been using for years. I also recommend the Ghost Dry Oil. This is a dry oil spray. It has an aerosol. It smells really good. This is kind of a refresher, pick-me-up. So if you kind of are on 2 or 3 day hair and you feel like it's kind of stinky, it looks a little bit dry, you're going to spray this on your ends, and it's really going to give you a nice light scent, but also kind of absorb and give you that shine that you're looking for if you feel like your hair is looking a little bit like straw. And then of course the products that I have used more than anything and I've raved about and mentioned so many times, the Ghost shampoo and conditioner. So I always usually get the big shampoos and conditioners because I like the pump. It's a huge size. So they have a 32 ounce and they also have a 12 ounce. So if you want to try it out, you could go for the 12 ounce, but honestly, you're going to fall in love. I really don't know how anyone couldn't like these. They have a nice light smell, nothing overpowering, just great lightweight cleansing that detangles the hair without giving you a residue. I'm just absolutely obsessed. Again, you can go back to my old videos and you'll see me raving about them. And I'm just so excited they came out with a Ghost hair mask. It's just a little bit more conditioning, and my hair, as I'm trying to regrow it, I'm really trying to baby it. So I'm using this pretty much every time I wash my hair. So if you want to check out any of these products, I will have them linked down below. You can pick them up at Sephora. Thank you to Vib for working with me on this. It's just really cool to work with brands that you recommend and you love and you rave about. It's like full circle, so I appreciate them. And let's get into what I picked up from the Sephora Vib sale. The first thing I picked up is this Farsali Liquid Glass Radiance Skin Serum. My friend Cheryl was raving about this, and I am kind of pulled towards Farsali products. I don't know what it is, but the marketing is just kind of intriguing to me. So it looks like this iridescent purple, and then it kind of blends out to this clear color, and it just gives you a little bit of a tack. I would kind of compare it to the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. When it sets down, it feels like that. There's a tack to it. So when you first apply it, it feels nice and smooth. It has like a creamsicle kind of scent. And then when it sets down, there's a little bit of a tack. So I feel like it really grips on to your foundation. And when you use it on the face, it does have a glass-like look. I'm not sure if you could like mix this in with a BB cream and really make it super dewy, but I really like so far just the feel of it. The scent is not overpowering, it doesn't give me a headache, and it just gives you a glass-like appearance. It almost gives you the appearance of the Kevyn Aucoin Glass Glow without the kind of slip, because that one is really just like a lip gloss, whereas this one does kind of settle down a little bit, and I think it just kind of grips on to your foundation. So I'm excited to give this a go more, but so far so good. Next up, I had to support and pick up the Stellar Beauty Brilliant Matte Primer. I have raved about the Brilliance Primer so many times that I was like, you know what, now they have a matte one, and I feel like this would be something that I would use just in the center of my face. A lot of times I like to wear dewy foundations, but sometimes they're a little bit much if I use it with a dewy primer and a dewy setting spray. So I thought I could kind of use this underneath a super dewy foundation and see if it really smooths and keeps me matte in my T-zone, because I am combo. I'm dry kind of on the forehead, but I can get really kind of oily on the center of my face. So this is absolutely clear. I mean, it's clear as can be, and it kind of just like feels super slick and silicone-like. I don't know if I'm going to love that. It feels a little bit, I don't know, like a gel, but you never know until you try it. It does seem to have blurred the kind of skin on my hands, so we will try it out in a video to come. I've really been impressed with this brand. You guys know I've talked about them so many times, and I'm just glad that I saw they were doing some sponsorships, which is good because it's like more gurus are getting to try the product and more of you guys are getting to see the brand. But I really do enjoy this brand, and I'm excited to see what they release in the future. Next up is a product I didn't think I was going to pick up, and I got sucked in after I saw a couple people use it. I saw some conflicting things. Some people said it was really thick and chunky, and it would almost like, if you build it up, it looked really thick and cakey, and I was like, ooh, I don't know if I like that. But then I saw other people really buff it in and it looked wet. So this is new from Marc Jacobs, and this is the Worth the Wait highlighter. This is a huge highlighter. Same pan size as the bronzer that everybody loves. Around holiday time, he released kind of like a peachy gold, and it was a little bit too dark for me. So this one is more for the fair toned people. I barely put my finger in there, so you're not going to want to like rub really hard. This is not a baked gelée texture. This is a very powdery texture. The texture reminds me of the Dose of Colors I Love Sarah E highlighters. Very kind of chunky powder, but when you kind of meld them into the skin, they look wet. I really enjoy those, so I'm just going to really blend this into the skin so you can see it gives you that nice kind of highlighted sheen. It is very icy, so I might mix it with some more gold highlighters that I have, but I was really excited to see this. I really do like Marc Jacobs, and you know what? I don't need it. I'm trying to justify it, but I just really wanted it. A repurchase for me was the Hourglass Caution Mascara. This is my favorite mascara, hands down, that I've tried, I think like in a year. I've tried the Milk Makeup Kush, and I like that. The NARS Climax, I think I've mentioned those, but the OG, just my favorite, is the Hourglass Caution. I had a little sample size, and I fell in love with it, so I was like, you know what, this is expensive, but it's my favorite. So I went ahead and picked it up. I am getting more into natural looks, and I'm not wearing false lashes 99% of the time, so I want something that's actually going to help a girl out because I need it. This is just a favorite of mine. I didn't get it in PR, but I heard everybody raving about it, and I got a sample, fell in love, and here we are with the full size. Next up is a product that I saw Sandra Deluxe use, so I picked it up, and this is the Hacha Moon Crystal Liquid Eyeshadow, or Sparkling Eye Pigment to be exact. Sandra Deluxe is absolutely goals. She's so pretty, and she is just as fun as she is beautiful. I met her years ago, and I just couldn't get over how beautiful she was and how nice she was. So I picked up the shade 02. She did a sponsorship on, I want to say Instagram and YouTube, and she tried on a bunch of colors, and it really kind of sucked me in. So it's just like a really pretty, nice, white, icy champagne. It kind of looks like that Marc Jacobs highlighter, to be honest. But what I like about these is when you apply it, you know, you have some playtime, you blend it out, and then it really does kind of set down, and it doesn't transfer all over, but it's not thick and cracky. Some of those kind of Stila eyeshadows, I feel like you can't blend them at all, and this one seems to be in between. You have a little bit of playtime to blend them, and then they set down, and it's a very thin kind of formula. I almost feel like you could seriously use this color as a highlighter. So I want to use this in a video coming up for more of a natural look, but she sold me. Sandra sold me, and I'm not surprised because she can make anything look good. So the blush I'm wearing today is one of my new favorite blush, formulas. I picked up a couple of these. I'm going to show you one in my next video, but the one I'm wearing right now is the Sephora Matte Perfection Blush Duo in Sweet Pea. These are so insanely pigmented. They're matte. They remind me of the formula of the MAC powder blushes, but these are more pigmented. But that beautiful, smooth, matte feel, they don't grab to texture. If you have texture, these would be amazing for you. So they're duos, so you get 2 shades in there, and you can mix them together. You can do each one separately. I honestly was like, I don't know if these are gonna work for me, because it's really hard to see online when you're ordering, you know, is this gonna be the right shade for me? When I tried these, the formula just looked so smooth. They almost remind me of the Fenty Beauty bronzers and just how smooth they are. There's not a ton of kick up in the pan. You need the lightest hand, like literally dip and kind of like tap your brush off and go in very lightly. They're just absolutely beautiful. So I highly recommend these. I'm a blush girl. You guys know I'm a blush fanatic, and I'm already thinking about buying more of these. Speaking of the Fenty Beauty bronzers, I went ahead and picked up Private Island. I previously had Island Ting. I cannot tell you how much I love this formula. I cannot get this open. I'm like struggling to get it open with nails. I don't know if it's just this one in particular. Hello. So this is what Private Island looks like. I'm wearing it right now. I feel like it's a little bit more caramel, and my other one, which is Island Ting, is a little bit more red toned. Super pretty, just a nice, beautiful tan color. I would say if you're kind of in limbo, maybe go a little bit darker, because the 2 that I picked were kind of deeper. This formula just really impresses me with how thin it is. If you have texture, these will be your best friend. A lot of times bronzers have a little bit of a satin finish to them, and they just kind of enhance your texture a little bit, and these do not at all, so I highly recommend. Another restock for me was the Diamond Milk Gloss Bomb from Fenty. I couldn't find mine, and this is one of my favorites. It's a dupe, in my opinion, of the Sicily gloss that's like $55. I have both, and they really honestly look the same on the lips. This is my favorite of all 3 of the gloss bombs. I'm really hoping that she comes out with some creamy shades, because I know she has like kind of the glittery shades, and I love them, but I want her to expand. Like, I'm hoping she's just gonna hit us with like 10 new shades, and we're all just gonna like freak out. So I love this formula. It's super comfortable, super pretty, and this one is my favorite. Speaking of lip gloss, I got sucked in really bad. I'm not proud of it, and I'm like, okay, we're going back to our old tendencies. We need to check ourselves. But Hourglass released these brand new lip glosses, and I'm a lip gloss fanatic. I was looking for swatches, and when I saw that they were pretty pigmented, I was like, oh, I need it. And I bought one, and then I bought another, and then I bought another, and it was like, I really seriously wanted to buy all of them, and I'm like, you do not need this. So I picked up 3 shades. I wish I would have just like picked one, but I was like, oh, like I just really need them. So I picked up Child, which is this pretty peachy pink. The middle shade is called Enchant, which is like this kind of bubblegum baby pink. And then Provoke, which is more of like a mauvey taupey nude. I love that these are pigmented. They have a light mint smell, but they're not like tingly like the Buxom. And they're not super sticky. The formula makes me, or reminds me of the Dose of Colors lip glosses, really just in the way that they're pigmented and the way they feel on the lips. So I think a lot of people are really gonna like these. I do think the price tag is a little bit over the top. I mean, it's like $30 a gloss. I'm like, that's a little high, but I think people are really gonna enjoy these. Do I think you need to get 3? No, I need help. I picked up one perfume in the sale, but I got it in a rollerball because I have so many perfumes I literally can't go through them. I actually got a little sample pamphlet in the mail from Sephora, and I was kind of sitting there looking through the ads, smelling the perfumes, and this one really caught like my attention. So I rubbed it on my wrist and kind of wore it for a couple days, and I just like kept smelling myself and like, ooh, like I really like that smell. So I went ahead and picked this up. This is the Dolce & Gabbana Garden Rollerball. So I don't love rollerballs, but they didn't have a spray, and I didn't want to get a full size because, again, that's wasteful. I'm just not going to go through it. So this scent is a warm floral, but it has coconut in it, which is why I think I like it. A lot of the prestige brands or the designer brands, I find them a little bit too mature and a little bit floral. They kind of give me a headache. I'm quite sensitive to that. It's not overly sweet or fruity, but it's also not very, you know, sharp and kind of mature. It's just right nice kind of like skin. It almost reminds me like of like a Glossier U, where it just smells a little bit like beachy coconut, sweet, like your skin. So I really like it, but I just wish it was like in a spray because I hate roller balls. And then lastly, I did pick up the Peace Out Dark Spots. These are 12 micro needling dots. So this brand is really interesting. They have Peace Out Acne Dots, which are basically, I think it's called hydrocolloid patches. So if you have acne, you can put them on and they kind of help overnight draw out impurities and the infection. So these are for dark spots. Now I had a crazy breakout, I want to say like 6 to 8 weeks ago, and I have a little bit of scarring left behind, nothing crazy, but I wanted to try these out. It says that they gradually fade the appearance of dark spots, used twice weekly for 2 weeks in a row. So you get 12 dots in here, which is kind of pricey, but if it's going to fade any dark spots I have, I wanted to try them out. So I'll keep you guys updated, but I've tried this brand in the past and been quite impressed with them. Alright guys, so that is it for my part 1 Sephora VIB sale haul. I have part 2 coming, so keep an eye out for that. Don't forget to check out Vib products down below. Highly recommend, you will not be disappointed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.